What's going on, everybody? It's Tony Montgomery from TM Nutrition, here to talk to you today about the use of bands and chains in raw powerlifting. So if you were here for some S&M type stuff, go ahead and turn off the channel and go somewhere else. Or you never know, you may like it. You guys are into that weird type of stuff. Here we go with some chain squats, 40 pounds on each side, 80 total. The reason I'm incorporating these into my program right now is twofold. One, I tend to seem to round in the hole due to probably many years of strongman training and competing, causing me to constantly round my back to get more advantageous positions for stones and other things like that. So I added them in there because as I get out of the hole, my back starts to round. So the chains are going to force me to keep fighting, keeping my back tight. It's more of a reinforcer than anything else. Secondly, the chains will also teach me to be more aggressive getting into the hole. It'll allow me to fire down there and explode back up. I'm not saying that it's going to help me with my speed work, because I, for one, don't believe that. I believe that speed work is the result of pause squats, is the result of cat squats and things of that nature. Actually, I read a study by Dr. Mike Israetel showing the use of bands and chains, accommodated resistance versus the pause squat, and it definitely showed that the pause squat was more beneficial to develop speed and power out of the hole, which makes complete sense. But it also showed that use of bands and chains will help your lockout and help you accelerate through and finish in that lockout position. So 2/3 of the lift you benefit from accommodated resistance, 1/3 of the lift you don't. So you don't want to completely neglect this. I know a lot of people seem to be going away from bands and chains and raw powerlifting. A lot of people hate on the whole West Side thing and feel that you can't use them and they're not effective, but they're definitely a good tool to use. I'm a huge believer in specificity. So as I get closer to the meet, I'll be dropping the chains and the bands, and I'll be just doing all the competition lifts. But for now, these are extremely effective for me, and they're definitely helping me stay tight and helping me build my lockout strength. Because last time I checked, you have to go down and stand back up with the squat. So you definitely need that lockout strength. Like I said, it's a great tool to have. It's something that you can use here and there, typically further away from the meets, and you don't want to neglect one thing in hindsight for something else based on what people say or what you've read. You want to try stuff out. If it makes sense to you, then it's probably going to work. 9 times out of 10, that's really all lifting comes down to, is you got to have an intent, and it has to make sense, and it has to create some type of stimulus and some type of training adaptation. So I will encourage you to use these bands, use the chains, try them out, see if things work out better for you, but also keep in mind that you also need to have the other stuff as well. Here I'm doing high bar squats. That way I can continue to feel the groove of my squat form and continue to hit the quads and continue to hit stuff. That way I can explode out of the hole. And like I said, the big thing with chains for me is that it is forcing me to be a little bit more aggressive going down. I have a tendency to slow down with heavier weight. So with the chains, I know that the bottom's dropping out a little bit, so I can explode down there and then aggressively come back up. But like I said, don't neglect anything. Try to use a little bit of everything if it makes sense. Then throw it in there. You know, the chains will help 2/3 of the lift. Pause squats help 1/3. So why not use the chains? Why not use pause squats? Why not incorporate them both into your program? Here I am doing 465 high bar squats after everything. These felt pretty good. Still working on keeping upright, staying tight. Still working on trying to get people to not walk in front of the camera, but that will be harder as the gym gets busier and busier due to the fact that we have such great coaches and such a great atmosphere at this gym. These are the things that you really want to look for in a gym. Continue to grow, continue to move forward in your lifting career, and you need that with great coaches. As you saw earlier, ended up doing 3 sets of 3, worked up to a really heavy 3 at 535. lost my groove on the second rep. Bar rolled forward a little bit. Reset it, got tight, dropped down there, got the third rep a lot easier. Made that second rep way harder than it needed to be due to the fact that I did some heavy squats at super training on Saturday. I decided to call it a wrap there and just hit some more volume stuff. Here we are doing some good mornings. This also reiterates good upper back tightness, also helps develop your hamstrings and your glutes. So this is a great exercise I've been throwing in here and there. Also not shown on the videos will be, I did 3 sets of pause squats, 5-second pauses. Like I said, try to use everything. Follow me on Instagram. If you have any questions, hit me up at tmnutrition@85@gmail.com. I'll talk to you guys later. See you.